خداوندا به حق اسم اعظم به نور سید اولاد آدم، به سوز سینه صدیق اکبر، به سلمان و به قاسم بار دیگر، به شاه صفتر کرار حیدر که از نیرویش شد باب خیبر، نبود فصلی به روزگار زارش که از رایل و در به ذوالفقارش، به آن سر و گلستان نبوت، به آن شمع شبستان فتوت. محمد باقر آن کوه مفاخر، نحویریش گفتن باقر، به حق مجمع البحرین انوار که شد دو رازی صدیق و علی بار. امام صادق و مصدوق جعفر که این دو منصب او را شد میسر. O my God, by the sanctity of the greatest names, by the light of the master of the children of Adam, by the virtue of the flame of light which is in the soul of the Siddiq, by the virtue of Salmani Farisi and Qasim, by the noble king who overcame the ranks of the powerful enemy Haidar, who with his own bare strength carried on his back the gate of the citadel of Khaybar. He was the tall cypress tree in the Prophet's garden, the lamp in the palace of manly virtue, Futuwa, the one who was the summit of nobility and glory and plunged the very depths of knowledge, al-Bakr, by his merit, by the right of he who was the Majma al-Bahrain, the one who is the point at which the two oceans come together, the way of the Siddiq and the way of Ali. Imam al-Sadiq, the one who is also Masduq, the one who is believed, Ja'far, who in this has the two roles, and this was made easy for him. Abu Bakr and Ali. We know that Imam Ali is basically the fountainhead of the Sunni Sufi Tariqas. But the Naqshbandis believe that Abu Bakr is the first figure in the Silsila. Sometimes popularly this is taken to be a kind of tension, but it's not. It's important, I think, to understand this, not only to look at the mechanics of how the Silsila works, but also to see the mindset which wants to bring about a kind of concordist solution, drawing attention once again to the mainstream Islamic desire to reconcile, ittilaf, to bring people together by looking at how the Siddiqi affiliation of the Naqshbandiyya works with the Alid affiliation of the tradition of the al-bayt, by the family tree, Ja'far al-Sadiq on the father's line, Muhammad al-Baqir, Ali Zain al-Abidin, Hazrati Hussein, Hazrati Ali. It's an esoteric thing that for some later generations became the basis of an exoteric madhab. And through the mother's line, Farwa, the scholar luminary of Medina, Qasim, Muhammad, Hazrati Abu Bakr. So there's that filiation as well, the mother and the father. This is really important for all the Naqshbandi silsilas. Abu Bakr as-Siddiq, ثاني اثنين إثما في الغار, this great companion of the chosen one, according to the Naqshbandi stories, the key spirituality of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq was to do the dhikr silently, which is what most Naqshbandis do, whereas the tariqas that take their lineage through Imam Ali very often will use jahri, spoken or sung, forms of dhikr. Figure number 2 in the chain, Salman al-Farisi. Figure number 3 is Qasim bin Muhammad bin Abu Bakr. He dies round about the year 107 of the Hijrah. Is actually an important figure, one of the great muftis and hadith scholars of his time. There's a lot of his hadiths in Sahih Muslim, for instance, regarded as one of the 7 fuqaha of Medina, studied under Abu Huraira, Abdullah bin Amr bin al-As, some of the great ones, some of the great Isnads come through. Al-Qasim has three daughters who are famed for their piety and their scholarship. One of them is called Farwa, and she marries Imam Muhammad al-Bakr and therefore becomes the mother of Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. So if you can get your mind around the kind of family tree situation here, Ja'far al-Sadiq's mother is the great-granddaughter of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq. Incidentally, her mother was a certain Asma bin Abdurrahman bin Abu Bakr, who is also from the lineage of Abu Bakr. So she's a kind of double great-granddaughter of Abu Bakr, and this is, from the Naqshbandi point of view, why there isn't really a tension, because Ja'far al-Sadiq has this very powerful stream of irfan and knowledge and wisdom and siddiqiyya coming from Abu Bakr, as well as through the formal lineage, through Muhammad al-Baqir, Ali Zain al-Abidin, Imam Hussein and Imam Ali. So that's really important. The Naqshi golden chain, which goes on to the present day, through Baha'u'ddin Naqshband, Abdul Khaliq Bujdavani and so forth, goes back to Ja'far al-Sadiq, who we tend to think of, if you don't really look into the sources, as the sixth Imam of the Shia. Well, too big and capacious a soul to be just limited to that perspective, but also fourth figure in the golden chain of the Naqshbandiya, who we always associate as being the Sunni Tariqa par excellence. But when you look into these texts, you'll see that it's not like that. It's not Sunnah against Shia, except for some exoterists who are dividers. Instead, the spiritual lineages of Islam interact and flow, and certainly doesn't seem to have been a problem for Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq that he had the lineage of Abu Bakr Siddiq.